Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Bronze Tacos Overwatch League game. I'm your
Woo!
welcome to the casting couch.
The casting couch.
The casting couch.
Hey,
Today's match
Shay,
is
I'm DMing you something at the
Actual
moment.
couch.
today's match is Finding Nino versus Peerless Kings, round 2 for mild tier. Should be a good
Round
one, folks.
2.
Should be a really good one.
Absolutely. I mean, Finding Nino is coming off of their first game of the season was a 3-0 loss to Valkyrie. Very misleading on the map scoreline, though. All those maps were very close. Peerless Kings, I don't believe I caught their map score. Were any of you guys on for their game?
I
do
was
not
in
remember.
it. It was 1-3.
Okay.
Okay.
But it should be a very interesting match today. Very interesting. As we just clear a few things up real quickly, we'll get ready to go in a few minutes.
So switch PK and X.
Okay, we'll do.
And then it's 24-91, so that should be good.
Okay.
So, and our map pool for this round is going to be Busan. Then we go to. Our map pool will be Busan, Blizzard World, Havana, and Hanamura. So, very interesting map pool, let's say, as you can tell from some of our reactions.
Hey, at least it's in Paris, am I right?
I wish it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, if it was
By the way, if y'all don't know, my name is House for Sale. Since we didn't go by introductions.
Oh my bad.
Who else is here, y'all?
Hi, I'm Dippy. I am a garbage mild tier player.
Got that right.
Hey,
You're definitely Dippy. I don't know about that second part. I'm Shady. Everybody's probably tired of hearing my voice already this season, but hello.
They call you Big Shad Nasty.
I don't think I've ever been called that in my life.
Well, you are now. Big Shad Nasty.
Alex in the chat with House over here pretending like everyone doesn't know him already. I mean, that's just facts right there. He do be spitting.
And in the words of Marshawn Lynch, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh my God, is this Big Sam Daddy from yesterday who carried the entire weight of the casting on his back after my power went out?
5 maps with 4 casters.
Sam
You are
running
the true
the marathon
MVP.
over there. We are waiting for readies from both teams currently.
Forecasters, one channel.
What are we thinking here,
5.
gentlemen? What are we thinking? How many maps we going today?
3.
Honestly,
Finding
3.
Finding Nemo
But-
taking all of them.
Oh wow, bold prediction.
That's not a prediction. That's a
Oh,
spoiler.
it's not a prediction. Okay. Way to
I
pull back the
honestly-
curtain and prove that BT is scripted.
If I had to go to Vegas, I would say it's gonna be a 3-1 going Peerless.
But who
Really?
gets the 3? And who is
Really?
Honda Horn? What team is he on?
We had a wild
Oh.
Honda Horn join?
Not sure.
Oh wow, the Honda
I'm-
Horn has joined, and he fled the battle.
I'm saying we go 4 maps, but I'm gonna take bias out of it. So I'm not gonna say who I think is gonna win.
Oh, you have to now. Come on.
No,
Honestly,
no.
with the Krabs versus HP
I get paid
battle
not
on
to.
Hanzo, I feel like Krabs will be taking it.
It'll be interesting to see. We do have readies from both teams, so we're ready to jump into our first map, which is Busan.
Can I just say this man's name is Organic Sex? That's
What's wrong
fantastic.
with it? I mean, it's better than the mechanical kind.
Nothing. I'm just saying. I'm like, I know that's the. Whatever. Let's just start the shit. I'm just gonna sit back on a casting couch and just shut my mouth for once.
Alright, so loading into Busan, it'll be interesting to see what comps these two teams decide to come out on. Finding Nino so far this season has liked to run that Ryan Zarya or go for the double shield. Honestly, not sure what Peerless Kings likes to run aside from just a hyper-aggressive Reinhardt comp.
That could be their downfall tonight.
I agree. Dreaming Seal definitely knows how to counter those aggro Ryans, at least when I've played against and with him. So we'll see what both of these teams have up their sleeve as we load into downtown. Honestly, my favorite point on Mecha Base, as it's going to be Seal on the Reinhardt, Starry on the Diva, Crab's going to be locking the Cassidy, Ace Matrix on the Mei, Organic on the Lucio, and Toxic going to be rocking the Baptiste. We're getting to see the rare Toxic support.
The Baptiste.
And on the side of Peerless Kings, Villain will be on the Zarya, Zyle on the Rhine, PK on the Reaper, Shiro on the Mei, Rosa on the Bap, and Gloomy on the Mace. They're going for a lot of sustain, and actually Sailor Rosa going to go over to the Lucio instead. Both teams going to look to meet here at the bus stop. These Meis are going to look for a wall to try to cut them off. Both teams just looking to get a little bit of poke in here, as Finding Nino gonna rotate to the point. Starry gonna find Shiro. That's the first pick, and that's a big one. The Mei's gone. That is a lot of your CC out of it. As Zyle gonna pin in, and Zyle alone. Good support though from Peerless Kings, but it's not gonna matter. Ace gonna find the pick onto Sailor, and the rest of Finding Nino gonna clean up Peerless Kings for an easy first fight win.
Very easy first fight win. We do see PK going down, and we do have the Ace Matrix at 7% for the ult already as the Mei.
Yeah, and of course Ace gonna have a pretty free one with no Diva on the other side to eat that, and Shiro gonna swap over to the Junkrat now, as Finding Nino just gonna look to poke while Peerless Kings is looking to find an entry here. As Ace a little out of position, forced to use Ice Block already. They're gonna fight around this bus stop, and we'll see which team can find this opening pick. The wall from Ace Matrix goes up. The ante coming in. Teams trading. Ace finds Sailor Rosa. PK finding Ace though. The Nano coming out onto Zyle. And that is a big German man with an angry hammer swinging away at Finding Nino. And it's going to be over.
Everybody.
As that's going to be the flip for Peerless Kings. It's going to be 50% though accrued for Finding Nino. Not bad. And coming in with plenty of ults to try to retake this.
Yes, we do see Zyle, even though he was Nano boosted, did not waste his Earth Shatter, which is very smart for him.
Absolutely, as both teams going to be coming up on a lot of ults here. Finding Nino will have the ultimate advantage pushing into this fight, as they're going to wrap around to the coast. We'll see what ult they decide to engage with here. The wall comes up. Oh, and Zyle finds the Shatter and kills Seal, and Organic going down to the charge, and that's going to be the fight win. One ultimate burn for Peerless Kings, but they didn't draw any out from Finding Nino. Finding Nino coming in with a royal flush of ultimates for this next fight. We'll see if Starry can get on top of this grab here from Villain. If they can eat this grab, that could be absolutely massive. As Finding Nino going for a quick engage. Here comes the Blizzard and the bomb coming in. And it finds three! The Blizzard, the bomb, the Deadeye, everything coming in.
The PK getting two with his ult.
It's not gonna matter though, as the damage was done by Starry, Ace, and Krabs going in with the, just trio of ultimates. Everything burned actually for Finding Nino.
We have a present for you.
But on the side of Peerless Kings, you're coming in with a Riptire and a Nano Boost, and that's about it. So, Finding Nino gonna have to just poke and try to build an ult up here really quick in this mid fight. As a good wall by Ace delaying the push. And
it can't be done as you see. They are at 75%.
They are. Here comes the tire. No ultimate to really cancel this. The Immortality Field. Oh, and Krabs finds the pick on it. The Immortality Field came out from Toxic just in case. The Nano onto Zyle. Gonna try to do as much damage as possible. It was a good pin by Seal to get Zyle away from his team, but it's not really looking like it's gonna matter. The damage is done, and Peerless King's gonna get the cleanup again. Finding Nino gonna be able to stall this out to 99 though, so they just need one fight win to take this point back and win the first point, as they're coming in with an Amp Matrix and an Earth Shatter.
And I think we'll have Mr. Krabs' Deadeye up here pretty soon, going into the last team fight.
That they will, and on the side of Peerless Kings, you're gonna pretty much just be relying on this Shatter Blossom to get as much value as possible.
Which can do a lot of damage.
Again, the Shatter comes in and finds Krabs immediately, killing him with the hammer. Zyle finding Seal as well, and that's gonna do it. And it's final fight territory. That's huge. It's final fight territory for both teams now. And it looks like Peerless Kings might go for the spawn camp here just to prevent them from touching. The Blossom comes in and PK gets stunned out of it and killed. And now we'll see if Finding Nino can come in with a big play here. The Shatter comes out, but the tire from Shiro, and it's not gonna matter. First point will go to Peerless Kings, 199. I mean, I feel like the biggest problem there for Finding Nino, you know, feel free to disagree, but I think blowing 6 ultimates to try to recap that point.
I agree. I agree. I mean, 2, maybe 3 would have worked, but I didn't see why you would have needed the window for that.
I'm wondering if maybe it was just a bit of miscommunication on what they wanted to use where, as we're not going to see much of a change in compositions for either team here. In fact, no changes at all, aside from Krabs going over to the Soldier 76.
We do have Organic on Lucio, though.
We do, yep. And Sailor going to be on the Mercy. Interesting, probably just going to pocket the Junkrat here, as both teams going to engage on the high ground. Seal looking to swing on the flank. Zyle in the back line, though. Not going to find the pin, but in Narnia, they could punish this. And Seal gonna pin in. Yep, Shiro and Zio both down. Starry gonna find Villain as well. And that's gonna be the fight when Toxic picking off PK. And that is gonna be it.
They will be capturing point.
As it looks like the DPS and Toxic gonna go rotate to cap the point. We'll see if Peerless Kings decides to get aggressive here. But it doesn't look like they're gonna try to push with that while Finding Nino was split. Sorry, already gonna have that Diva Bomb, and Seal getting that Shatter very quickly. Trying to push through this corridor against a Reinhardt is very scary if that Rein's well supported. Seal holding a nice off angle. Toxic gonna go down to Shiro though. Nice wall by Ace, drops it a little quick, but Seal gonna find PK. The Shatter goes out, he downs 5! Seal, get that off of my screen, but the Total Mayhem finding 2!
Bombs taking out 2!
It's not gonna matter though. Ace and Starry gonna be here to clean this up. Ace with the 3K.
My god, that was big.
I mean, that's the way you follow up your Ryan Shatter, even though they both go down to that Total Mayhem. I mean, Seal, absolutely massive Shatter. And they're going to be back in time to hold this choke again. Coming up on this Blizzard and Diva Bomb combo, potentially. We'll see if they elect to use this. Villain going to be coming up on this grab very quick. Here comes the bomb and the Blizzard.
Blizzard Bomb.
The bomb finds 2. Seal pinning Zyle, and that's going to be another fight win. And it looks like Finding Nino finding their groove with cycling these ultimates finally.
But we did see Sailor Rosa using that Valk. And that was a wasted ult.
Absolutely, but you look at it for Peerless Kings though. They're coming up on this grab. You could grab Nano Ryan and get an easy fight win. Starry gonna try to eat this grab as Peerless Kings gonna wrap around the coast. Oh, and a nice pin by Seal. Gloomy's down. The Shatter comes out, downs PK, and Villain finds 2 though. Not gonna be winnable for Peerless Kings, but a nice little pick. It's not really gonna matter. Starry, it's demeched. They might be able to turn this if they can get another quick pick, as they don't have any tanks on the side of Finding Nino. The Visor gonna come out here from Krabs, and they're not gonna touch.
Too little, too late.
Hey! No! Dude!
And that one completely flipped from downtown. Mecha Base goes 100 to 0 for the side of Finding Nino. And we'll see what Peerless Kings decides to do differently, as Finding Nino definitely started cycling their ults a lot better at that point.
Which was a lot smarter on their part. They learned from map 1 not to use all 6 at once.
Absolutely. As it looks like we're going to be seeing the double shield come out from Peerless Kings, along with PK on that Pharah. Shiro sticking on the Junkrat, so they're going for high spam damage here.
Having that pharmacy.
Yep, running the pharmacy with that Junkrat, that is going to be a lot of pressure on Seal's shield. Finding Nino gonna get to the point first, and we'll see if they spot this far out and decide to play the drum. It looks like that's exactly what they're gonna do. Try to give Krabs as many angles as they can. As PK off on a flank, Toxic already down. You only have a Lucio for heals now. Krabs gonna need to find the pick on this Pharah. As Villain gonna pin in. Organic going down as well. No supports left. Krabs does find Sailor Rosa, but it's not gonna matter. This fight is won for Peerless Kings, and they're gonna get first cap. Very nice, quick, clean fight there by Peerless Kings. Got that opening pick onto Toxic, and that was the go button for them. They pushed in immediately. As we'll see what path Finding Nino decides to take. It looks like they're going to wrap around to the inside drum. Going to limit this far as damage potential. As they do break the Sigma shield. Villain gonna pin in, Seal low, the Shatter comes out, Organic down, and so is Seal. Starry does find Villain, but it's not gonna matter. The damage is done. Finding Nino down 3. There's really no chance of them turning this. Villain gonna get rezzed as well, and they just need to get out on hard reset. Unfortunately, a couple of staggers coming out here on the side of Finding Nino, and that's huge for Peerless Kings. They're just continue to accrue percentage.
Well, we are at 50% now for Peerless Kings.
They're 50% and coming up on a lot of ults here for Peerless Kings. Not so much on the side of Finding Nino. You're pretty much coming on this Blizzard, Amp Matrix, and Tac Visor for Krabs. Krabs, I would like to see him use this and just try to take this pharmacy out. As we'll see when Shiro decides to pop this tire.
That I think is the biggest threat, but we'll see PK have Valk, not Valk, but Justice, and Nino does have the Nano.
Tac Visor comes out and Krabs kills the far out ult! PK went for the barrage, the tire only finds the immortality field!
Taking out Krabs.
Snipes him with the rock, the res does come out onto PK. The Blizzard, Ace going down, that's no damage dealers left on the side of Finding Nino. Here comes the Flux. Seal went for the Shatter, found nothing, and Peerless Kings turning this fight back around. We'll see if Finding Nino can find that one extra kill to potentially turn this back in their favor. It's not looking likely though. Krabs is back, does take out PK, but Toxic and Starry both down. It's just a soldier on the point. Here comes the Sombra as well to stall along with Organic on the Lucio. Krabs does go down though. As we'll see if they can find the picks. Organic does find Zyle, and it's trades both ways so far. PK gonna try to farm this barrage again. Organic finds Villain as well against the sound barrier. This is all of a sudden pretty winnable for Finding Nino. We'll see if Seal can stay alive here and just live. The bomb coming in from Starry. It finds 2. Both supports are down. They're gonna turn this. I can't believe it. As it looks like Finding Nino is gonna flip this point. It looked like
Holy cow.
PK had that on lock, but no. Organic coming in with a 2K, the bomb from Starry, and then Ace with the cleanup. Huge plays by Finding Nino to make sure that they get the cap and don't go down quietly.
That was huge.
Absolutely massive. As Villain gonna have this Shatter, they're coming up on a Riptire as well, and that Valkyrie. We'll see how Finding Nino plays this. As Zyle just holding an off ankle.
They are playing very spread up though.
They are
the
going.
Shatter! The Shatter from behind though!
Yep, it comes out 3 down already, and it looks like that's gonna do it. The Riptire comes out, Seal goes down, it's just a lone baby diva. Starry gonna get picked, it's just gonna be the flip, and that will more than likely be the map. Nobody in position to touch. Very hard fought map.
I really think how they lost that map was they played too far up off a point. That Rhine flanked around back, got the Shatter from behind. The Junkrat came, dropped down from behind him and popped the tire. That's it.
I would agree. You know, I think that there were a few instances where, like you said, Finding Nino looked like they might have been getting a little overextended, a little overzealous. I think they saw that Sigma, saw red, didn't keep tabs on the Rhine. And, you know, you had to know that that Rhine had Shatter.
Nice and easy.
But overall, a very good map, very close. Hopefully that map is an indicator of what the rest of this series will be as we are heading into Blizzard World next.
One of my favorite places.
You know, I think the other thing that might want to point out with Finding Nino, they didn't really change their comp up between points. I think that could have been something that maybe hurt them a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gets to the point that, you know, coming out with the Mei with some kind of hit scan running only the Rhine Diva, it can get a little predictable.
It can.
As we are waiting on subs here, it looks like for Finding Nino, they are going to change around their DPS and support lines, as Ace Matrix will slide down to support and Toxic is going to go up to DPS.
Do I flip it?
So they're, if you want to. So it'll be interesting to see what their strategy is here for Finding Nino. Of course, Toxic and Ace both known more as DPS players.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, very differing hero pools. Ace has kind of already shown flashes of being very solid on the Genji, the Tracer. The Mei looked pretty solid there. Toxic, very much known for the Junkrat and the Ashe primarily. So I would imagine we'll see the Junk and or the Ashe. I don't think that's much of a stretch to say. As for Peerless Kings, we'll see if they make any changes. Honestly, what would you want to see Peerless Kings do to keep their momentum going, House?
I really like the whole pharmacy they have going on. What got them that third point? Really, I think that's the main bread and butter would be the PK Sailor Rosa comp right there.
Yeah, I mean, it worked a treat, especially there on, I believe it was, I always forget the name of the point, Sanctuary, I think, right?
Yeah.
You know, they seem to really have it going with that Reaper comp, too, once they went to the Reaper Junkrat on Downtown. But we'll see. I think Finding Nino definitely needs to make some adjustments, and maybe they feel like moving Toxic onto DPS is what they need to do. Yep, as we move into Blizzard World here. Probably my second least favorite hybrid map, personally.
How dare you?
I mean,
what's your first least favorite?
Numbani, hands down.
Okay, good.
I can't stand Numbani. But it'll be interesting to see where Peerless Kings decides they want to hold. Of course, you typically want to set up on that high ground on the Flight to Duskwood little balcony there, typically, with a, you know, kind of just bunker down, force the other team to knock you off of it. So, looks like they are coming out on a, if they stick on this is interesting.
Oh, Xylan's Sigma now, okay.
So they're going with a Sig Diva, Torb Ashe, so Sailor Rosa gonna likely be pocketing the Ashe. And then they have a Brigitte. So not a whole lot of sustain, but with this comp you typically don't need it if they play this right. And I personally have played against this comp with them. I've scrimmed them and they played this. It is very annoying to deal with. But it doesn't look like they're gonna hold the high ground. They're gonna opt to play the point, which is a little interesting. On the side of Finding Nino, Starry on the Diva still, Seal staying on the Rhine. Crab's going to be pulling out his signature Hanzo, Toxic on the Ashe, Ace on that Baptiste, and Organic going to be on the Mercy as they're going to wrap under and go up the stairs in the Mega Room. And it looks like Xyle knows they're there. As here comes the spam into the Rhine shield. Steel are going to walk out. The shield goes down for the Sigma, and that's kind of when you need to start to push if you're Finding Nino. As they get around the statue, kind of play cover here, look for their opening, wait for their snipers to find a pick, and there it is, Shiro goes down. We'll see if Sailor can get the res off on Shiro, but it doesn't look like they're gonna let that happen. As Finding Nino, they get that pick and they immediately walk up. Toxic finds Xyle. You're down 2 already if you're Peerless Kings, and this might be it. PK's down, Villain's down, Gloomy's down, nobody's on the point, and that is gonna be a quick cap here for Finding Nino. They just need to deal with this Mercy.
Oh, Mercy, girl.
And that is actually a really nice stagger, as Shiro Hige gonna go over to the Soldier 76 now, PK switching over to the Junkrat, and Gloomy onto the Ana now. but a very nice take there from Finding Nino, and they're gonna get aggressive and maybe chase some kills here. So it looks like Seal is wanting to push up, and the rest of Finding Nino is right behind him. He takes the rock, that shield getting very low, needs to play corners and back up. A nice fire strike finds Shiro. Should be a very easy res. Here comes the plugs from Zyle. See if they find any kills as Seal goes down to it, and DMX the Diva. The Dragon's coming in from Krabs, just gonna split him up. It does find Zyle, and that's no res available. Organic going for a very gutsy res, gonna get picked off by PK. Villain popped out of that mech by Starry in the Baby Diva form. Toxic finds PK, it's trades both ways, and the spawns are gonna favor Finding Nino here, as they're gonna be able to just start walking this card. Toxic with a 2K with a dynamite, okay. And they're just gonna walk the rest of Peerless Kings down. As you see Seal and Starry, they are getting aggressive. They want to take as much space as possible, and Ace is right behind them, letting his tanks take as much space and damage as they can. They're gonna hold this corner though, so they don't burn too many resources. Krabs finding Zyle. Krabs finding 3! Okay, Mr. Krabs! I see you!
Oh,
Seal went for the shatter. He got rocked out of it, but it doesn't really matter. They're gonna just walk this into B. The bomb gonna come out for Villain. It's gonna find 2, but it's not gonna matter.
That's impressive, though.
It is a very nice bomb, but it's ultimately not gonna matter. The respawns are gonna be favoring Finding Nino again. Seal gonna go down. He does get the pin onto Zyle though, and again, Finding Nino has the quicker spawns. All PK can do is back out, but Finding Nino finding these exit kills as Krabs gets that Storm Arrow shot onto Gloomy, and these fights are just coming fast and furious as Finding Nino does not want to let Peerless Kings breathe.
Just a big old snowball effect going downhill, my friend.
Absolutely. Yes, here comes the Dragon. See if he can find anything. No, but it does split Zyle off. The window coming out. Here comes the tire from behind by PK. Krabs going down. Seal also down. And it's going to be the cleanup here. Peerless Kings needed this fight win, and they're going to get it. Well, maybe not. Toxic's Bob finding 2. I don't think it's going to matter. Seal knows it. They're just going to back out. He and Organic on that Mercy. They realized the fight was over. Very smart on the part of Seal to not feed them more ult charge. As Peerless Kings back onto this double shield comp that worked very well on Sanctuary. As Seal gonna be about 50% to this shatter. Starry coming up on this bomb. That's really the only ult they have to work with aside from the Valkyrie. As Starry gonna be taking a nap here. Nice sleep by Gloomy just to kind of stall this push out a little bit. You're the Rhine, you don't want to push into a double shield without that defense matrix. Ace popping the immortality field very early. Not sure if it was completely necessary. The Nano coming in on the Sigma. Zyle gonna look to do some damage here with it. Is Shiro on the Doomfist. Zyle finds Toxic in that little room on the Mega. Seal coming up on the Shatter. Here comes the bomb. The Shatter comes out as well and finds 3! Starry, a massive bomb!
Sorry.
And Seal with a fantastic Shatter to set it up. And they just need to find the cleanup. PK going down in that little room. Shiro in the backline on that Doom. Starry, fantastic peel to help deal with this Doomfist, as they're not going to let Shiro get any value. I mean, Shiro's struggling to find value on this Doom right now, trying to find picks as Ace, a fantastic amp matrix there. And that's it. 3-minute time bank. Peerless Kings couldn't touch. That was a fantastic amp matrix from Ace Matrix.
Very fantastic.
And, I mean, aside from the one fight, that was just a snowball.
That was it. That was it.
We'll see if Finding Nino can maybe put together a really good defense here now, or if Peerless Kings are going to be able to replicate the success Finding Nino just had on their attack. Fully expect Finding Nino to come out on that double sniper again. That was working a treat on their attack. And we'll see what Peerless Kings decides to do to adapt. It seems like that double shield seems to kind of be their default at this point. As, speaking of double shield, we're getting a classic double shield comp out of Finding Nino, going with Starry on the Orisa and Seal going to be picking up that Sigma. Other than that, the comp stays the same. Double sniper, Mercy Bat. And Peerless Kings still yet to fully lock in their comp. Have time to change it, of course, but it's looking like they're going to go with a pseudo double shield mirror. Yep, Sigma Rhine again seems to be kind of their bread and butter. Gloomy on the Ana, Shiro going to be on the Hanzo. PK going to be pulling out the Junkrat. I would imagine Sailor, you probably play the Mercy here, especially if you're going to play the Soldier.
Well,
See
PK
what they
going
decide to
now.
lock. Anna Zen, this is
Yana.
interesting. Okay. Very intriguing comp coming out here from Peerless Kings. As Finding Nino gonna be holding the high ground to the left of the statue. And this is very strong for Orisa Sigma to be holding, especially with this double snipers. They can just bunker down and you pretty much have to go contest them if you're Peerless Kings and get them off of there. As both shields are down right now. Starry gonna get that next shield up. This is a very slow comp as Krabs finding Gloomy, but Shiro gonna find the pick onto Krabs. Organic right there with the res though, very easy. And it looks like Villain gonna try to push the point instead. Peerless Kings doesn't want to push them. They're actually pushing very split here.
Split though.
Yeah, Sailor Rosa going down as the Shiro. And I mean, that's just the fight over. You need to back out as Villain gonna pin out. PK does find Toxic, and you have the Sigma and the Soldier set up on this high ground now. We'll see if they're able to really do anything, or if Finding Nino opts to go push them off. Instead, they're going to drop voluntarily, and it looks like PK's strategy here is just to flank them. As they're pushing from two different angles, the Rhine kind of solo with a Moira behind him. As Sailor does go over to that Mercy. Zyle finds Ace, Shiro finding Organic, and that might be the fight over, as you have no healing now if you're Finding Nino. As PK gonna find Starry, Villain picking off Krabs, and that's gonna do it. The rest of Finding Nino just gonna try to get out. Toxic and Seal don't want to feed over any more ult charge if they can help it, but it's not really gonna matter. That Helix Rocket gonna pick off Seal. Toxic is gonna get out as the supports are back. Does find the pick onto PK, but Sailor will have the res available immediately. And now we're gonna see Finding Nino change up their tank line, going back to that Rhine Diva. How do you want to see them engage here, Finding Nino, to try to stabilize and prevent the snowball effect potentially happening?
I would like to see maybe get off the Ash. Go with
Shatter comes out, great block by Seal. The tanks both
There's the bomb.
great immortality, but the
PK though.
The immortality forced out by the flux, but then PK just pops that visor and melts them.
Goes the town.
The rest of Peerless Kings getting the cleanup. The only downside to that, 3 ults coming out, and Finding Nino can get a recontest here. As Shiro gonna pop that dragon to try to get them home here on point B, but Starry gonna go in behind and contest this cart. Likely gonna get popped out of that mech. Nice pin by Seal though, as Starry manages to stay alive. Toxic goes down to the Mercy. Here comes the Amp Matrix from Ace, and that's gonna be a lot of damage coming at the shields and tanks. A nice block again from Seal on that Shatter. Great counterpin onto Villain. They gotta touch those. Seal goes down. They have no tanks, and it's gonna be a cap here for Peerless Kings, as we're seeing the same snowball that Finding Nino got going on their attack.
I would say, do you switch maybe Junkrat Symmetra with the whole shield?
I think the possibility for the junk, it makes sense. I'm not sure if you want to go to the Symmetra here necessarily. I think the Hanzo makes a little more sense in my opinion. We'll see if Starry and Seal can find pay dirt with this potential Shatter Bomb combo. Krabs coming up on this Dragon, and Toxic gonna go over to the Mei. So limiting the shield break, as here comes the bomb. Let's see what they can find. It finds 2! The Shatter coming out! And that's gonna be the cleanup that Finding Nino needs and the stabilization that they need. Seal and Starry, another fantastic Shatter Bomb. Even if that Shatter didn't connect, it definitely, or didn't connect for either of the targets for the bomb, it definitely set up the rest of Seal's team to get those kills. The only downside here is you use 2 ultimates, and PK is coming in with a few. The Dragon coming out from Krabs, see if it gets any kills. It does not, but it splits the tanks off, and Villain gonna go down. The Dragon now from Shiro, a great immortality field, and the sound barrier coming out from the supports, and they don't have anything for this Flux.
Oh, Flux visor.
Man, that is unfortunate. The only upside here is there's virtually no way that PK is going to beat the time bank for Finding Nino. They will have the superior time bank. We'll see if they can get another fight here before Peerless Kings pushes this home, as Villain has the Shatter to shut this down potentially. Ace, if you get a big Amp Matrix here, there's the Shatter, it down Starry. The Amp coming out, 2 down already, And it looks like it's just going to be cleanup for Peerless King. Starry popped out of the mech. Crab's going to need to come up clutch here on this Hanzo, but just going to get melted. And that's going to do it. Peerless King's going to walk this in with a 2-minute time bank. 2:26 for finding Nino. We're seeing snowballs on both attacks here.
Yes.
I mean, what do you want to change up here if you're finding Nino to prevent another snowball, as Peerless Kings is going to be attacking first?
I don't know. Do you keep the Hanzo? Do you go Sombra maybe? That's my only thought. Maybe you go Sombra for this.
I would think that.
Torb?
I wouldn't be opposed, honestly, to just seeing Toxic pull that Junkrat out. You know that they're like this double shield comp. Go with as much shield break as you can get. It looks like they're going to opt for the same comp that they started on, though. That double shield, double sniper with the Mercy and the BAP.
We do see Zao pull out Winston, though.
Yeah, this is interesting. We'll see if they stick on this. Obviously, Winston and Dive can be very good on this map, but a Winston by himself into a double shield comp is a little it's gutsy, let's say. As finding Nino gonna be setting up on this high ground again. Krabs looks like he's gonna go back toward the backside of the point, trying to take some kind of off angle. Nope, he's just running around with his little Hanzo ninja skills. As it looks like Zyle does end up going over to the Sigma. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense here. Gloomy gonna be on that Moira instead of the Ana, and we'll see who gets the first pick, as it is the double shield mirror. Whichever shield breaks first. Of course, that Rhine shield, if it cracks, you're kind of slowed down. And an immediate drop from finding Nino. They don't want to deal with that brawl. They don't want that Rhine pushing right into them. Very smart drop by them. Force PK to come down to you. They have to come to the point. You don't have to go to them. They know that. As it looks like Peerless King's gonna wrap around the backside, while Zyle and Sailor just sitting up there being a distraction. Toxic, though, finds them out. We'll see if anything comes from it. Gloomy's down already. That is the main source of your healing gone. We'll see if Sailor can find the res. They do get the res onto the Moira, but the Junkrat going down because of it. But finding Nino gives up a tick. That's actually huge for Peerless Kings, as Krabs going down to the Mercy. We see Toxic holding this off angle, trying to get as much damage in as possible, as Seal and Starry just trying to contest this point, which is exactly what that Reinhardt wants you to do. Ace pumping out as much healing as you possibly can. Starry going down, though. That's going to be another tick for the side of Peerless Kings, and they're going to cap this point. I mean, with how aggressive Peerless Kings is playing, you almost wonder if you just abandon the double shield, because they seem to just walk right past it.
Yeah, you would have to, I think.
As Krab's going to be going over to the Cassidy and Toxic over to the Mei. As a lot of ults coming online here for Peerless Kings. They're going to have everything except for Tac Visor. We'll see what they decide to lead with first. Ace going to need to be on the spot with that or with the Immortality, but it's not going to matter as Ace is down. And an ult dump coming out from Peerless Kings here. We'll see what they get for kills as Krab's going down, so does Seal, and it's just going to be cleanup for Peerless Kings. And I don't know if you needed all that, though.
No, you didn't.
They only have 2 ults now, and Toxic going to get an exit kill onto PK. The res will come out from Sailor, as Toxic just going to get staggered out. We'll see if he's able to get out of there. It looks like he actually might, as the Immortality going to come out from Ace to make sure his Mei gets out of there. The Cole coming out from Gloomy. All they have is a Tac Visor. They're going to layer them just to try to cap B, and they're going to walk it in. Toxic going down to that Tac Visor.
Wow.
We thought they overinvested. Clearly they didn't. All they needed was that was the Coalescence and the Tac Visor to cap, and they're just going to get stagger kills.
I am very impressed right now.
I am too. I mean, you would think that double shield typically is very difficult to crack, but Peerless King seems to just be walking right past it. As they're going to look for some more exit kills. Crab's going to go down to the Sigma. We'll see if Toxic can get this Blizzard online quickly, as Seal coming up on that Shatter as well.
Blizzard, though.
This Blizzard needs to be huge. They have got to stop this cart right here. Here's the Amp Matrix from Ace, the E used by Zyle. No kinetic grasp available. Free Blizzard coming out from
Mortality comes
Toxic.
out.
It is going to be big. Villain pinning in. Gonna try to make some space. The Shatter coming out from Seal. They're gonna stop the cart right here, but for only a 2-minute time bank, that is a hell of a push for Peerless Kings.
Oh, but the 3K tire not in time though.
Score 5-3. Switching sides.
I mean, with only a 2-minute time bank, that was a very, very good push. They just were able to snowball that. And it feels like Peerless Kings, their whole strategy seems to be you get Finding Nino on the back foot and then you just push into them and rush them. Don't let them gather themselves.
Yep, and it's all downhill from there.
It seems to be. But we'll see what Finding Nino decides to do on attack here and see if they can get a snowball going similar to what Peerless Kings had. As it looks like they learned from running that Sig Diva, my bad. As they're gonna go sticking with what's working. Rhine Sigma, Junkrat Soldier, Mercy Moira. On the side of Finding Nino, they're staying with the Rhine Diva. Crab's gonna be playing the Hanzo, Toxic on the Mei, Ace sticking on that Baptiste, and Organic gonna be on the Lucio. And it does look like Peerless Kings is gonna hold this high ground as well.
Very
Which,
smart from Peerless Kings.
Absolutely, this is where you want to be setting up, force them to push into you. Which, you're running that Sig Rhine is going to be a lot more difficult. We'll see what Shiro opts to do with this Junkrat as kind of out of position here. Going to jump back up to the team. And I don't believe they saw the Junkrat. Oh, they definitely know now. They saw the trap. Get through the choke though without taking a whole lot of damage. They're going to speed up to the high ground and try to take this away. Steel making sure his team gets through. Toxic already forced to use the ice block, and it looks like Peerless King's gonna do the same thing that Finding Nino did. They just dropped. They don't want to contest it up there. Little questionable in my opinion though, because you have the damage advantage with that Junkrat into a corridor. As it looks like Finding Nino gonna just try to walk on point. The Rock gonna be eaten by Seal. Immortality Field already down. Starry popped out of that mech and dead immediately. Villain gonna find the pick. The pin coming out from Seal, gonna take Villain off the map. The fight is over though, and I think Seal knew that. Toxic does find the pick onto PK. The res coming out for Sailor Rosa, and Toxic just gonna jump off the map.
Yep.
Good reset there from Finding Nino though. As both Ryan's gonna be coming up on the Shatter, well, Villain already has it. Seal gonna be coming up on it very quickly. Ace have that Amp Matrix, and then it's pretty much going to be Tank Alt versus the Amp Matrix and the Shatter for Finding Nino. Both Tank Alts online for Peerless Kings, and we'll see if Xyle opts to use this Flux in this small corridor while they have the Junk. Not going to go for it, as they're just going to drop. Seal, I believe, knows that they have that Shatter. The Flux coming out, the Shatter as well, as Organic already down, and that's just going to be the cleanup again. And we're in final fight territory here for Finding Nino. But they're going to have a lot of ultimates online. They're also pushing into a lot, though, as...
We only got 30 seconds left for one more team fight, though.
Yep, and it looks like Peerless Kings, they're going to probably hold aggressive here, it looks like. Looking like they want to play the statue for this final fight, as they're going to have 4 ultimates online. And you're coming up on 5 here for Finding Nino. The Shatter comes out from Seal, and it does find 2! The tire for Shiro! The mech as well! I mean, it might as well be 5. Popped Starry out of her mech, and that is it!
Oh my
Peerless
goodness.
Kings taking map 2, and it is a 2-0 series for Peerless Kings.
Wow.
I mean, Shiro just out of nowhere with that tire, giving Finding Nino no opportunity to react. Wow. I mean, instant reaction. Fantastic. And now, Peerless Kings is on match point.
Yeah.
Well, if you're Finding Nino, you know, it's do or die for them. What do you need to do here going into Havana?
Oh man, I have no idea.
On
Both
camping?
flyers, maybe?
I think, yeah, the spawn camp is definitely an option. And of course, with our league rules, Peerless Kings will have to attack first on this map, seeing they are on match point.
We have a wild Nino trying to get into the game, I think.
Oh. We have found Nino. They can change their name now. So going into Havana, of course, like Sam
He's in.
said,
He's in
like
the game.
Sam
He can-
said, the spawn camp is definitely a viable strategy on defense.
Oh,
Uh,
it's gotta be your strategy now. If
Yeah.
you're finding Nino, you have to do the spawn camp. Have to.
I would agree. I mean, you go for the spawn camp, it buys you 2 fights on that first point. Peerless Kings, I mean, this double shield, Ryan Sigma seems to be working very well for them. So finding Nino's got to find a way to get around it.
Do I
Who's attacking
honestly-
first?
It will be Peerless Kings
Peerless
attacking
Kings since
first.
they're on match point.
So yes.
And for finding Nino, seeing we have found Nino, he's going to be subbing in for Ace Matrix. So hopefully going to get to see some of that Nino Lucio or maybe Baptiste play. You know, finding Nino, I think they're not that they're playing bad. I think they're just mismanaging some of these fights, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look at them, they're having very good team fights. It's just, I think once Peerless Kings gets their ultimates, they're just misplaying them.
They're just being outplayed tonight, in my opinion. Because Finding Nemo is one hell of a good team.
They're a very good team.
They're just being outplayed tonight, outmatched by Peerless Kings.
I think what it's really coming down to for most of these fights, especially on Blizzard World, is Peerless Kings. They're comboing their ults very well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's throwing finding Nino off. They're either not expecting it or they're blowing the cooldowns they need to counter those ults before the ults come out. And I don't know if
Right.
Peerless Kings is specifically watching for those or if they're just realizing it and capitalizing on it. But I mean, we saw some immortality fields that were very liberal on the side of finding
Very questionable,
Nino.
yeah.
And then same with a couple of sound barriers. So it'll be very interesting to see if they make the necessary adjustments here and hopefully make a really strong hold here on Havana and force us into a map 4.
Mm-hmm.
But on the side of Peerless Kings, I mean, do you even bother changing anything at this point, House?
I wouldn't. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Like you're basically doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're managing your ults correctly, properly. You're winning the team fights you need to win. I mean, your comp is not broken, so why change anything up?
Yeah, I agree. I think the one thing you might want to consider changing is maybe don't run the Junkrat on Havana, especially on point A, as it is a sniper's paradise. But at the same time, that double shield seems to be working. If Shiro just hides behind the shields, don't really have to worry about the sniper.
Mm-hmm. I think we'll see the Widow come out from Toxic. We'll see the Hanzo from Crab still. Maybe because we're outside, we'll get the PK, Farah, Sailor Rosa, Mercy. Maybe. But like you saying, this being a sniper's paradise, I really think we'll see maybe the Soldier from PK.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see it. I think, honestly, if I was Shiro, just play the Hanzo. Take the mirror. Craps
Yeah.
comes out on it.
Or even stay the Junkrat, which brought you to the dance. I mean,
Yeah. We'll see what they decide to do, as it will be finding Nino attacking or defending first. My bad. And
this is
We
match point
are-
for Peerless Kings right here, folks.
we are on match point for Peerless Kings. We'll see if finding Nino can make the necessary adjustments here and force a map 4 and hopefully a map 5. But man,
And the
I mean,
reverse sweep?
maybe we can. There's always hope for the reverse sweep. It's not over till it's over. So we will see what these teams decide to come out on. As Finding Nino definitely not going to go for the spawn.
Oh wow! I'm really got both soldiers and the ashes on both sides.
Very interesting. And of course, Finding Nino definitely not going for a spawn hold with this comp. They are going to look to hold the high ground or the corner, playing the double shield with a soldier ash, like you said, and then going with the Baptiste Mercy. On the side of Peerless Kings, if they run out with this, it will be Villain on the Rhine, Zyle on that Zarya, PK staying on the Soldier, Shiro on the Ashe, Sailor playing that Mercy still, and Gloomy on the Moira. So going with a kind of non-traditional Brawl comp versus a pretty traditional double shield poke comp. This is definitely going to favor, I think, the double shield comp for Finding Nino a bit more, as both teams just kind of poking just because of these long sight lines. So you can see they're getting a lot of pressure onto that Reinhardt shield, and it's going to be difficult for the Zarya to get in position to do anything quite yet, as Crab's going to find the pick onto PK.
Already.
Taylor going to hopefully try to get that res off. We'll see. This looks like, yep, gonna get in position for the res now, as Finding Nino starting to kite back toward that little bus stop area. Villain looking to just push into them, but shield getting very low. Nice bubble by Zyle to cleanse the fire from the dynamite of Toxic. And it's just a poke war at this point. Zyle taking an off angle. Toxic gonna go down to PK. We'll see if they have that res available. No, Organic gonna get shut down as PK finding the Mercy as well. And it's a 4v6. The pin coming out. Starry going down to the dynamite, and that's gonna be the point A cap and potential staggers here.
PK just marching through like nothing.
Absolutely, as PK is going to find Organic again. Toxic does pick off Villain though, so that might slow the push down. As Nino going to try to get out, and Seal going to be holding this aggressive angle. Crab's finding Sailor. It looks like Finding Nino might be able to turn this and kind of come back into this. Toxic going to get picked off by Zyle, as we see Starry going over to the Diva, so they're running a very non-traditional tank line. As Zyle gonna find Nino as well, and it is just staggers here for Finding Nino. They really just need to back out and reset. As Shiro taking this off angle to the right side. Starry gonna try to dive the Ashe. The rest of Shiro's team though, right there to back that Ashe up.
Back that Ashe
The
up.
Shatter comes out. I believe Villain hit the shield and then gets melted. Here comes the Flux. PK gonna pop that visor. Finding Nino finding the kills though. The Flux didn't actually get any kills, but it did enough and was a distraction at very least. And Finding Nino gonna stabilize here. They were able to counter that Shatter. I don't know if Villain just threw that into the shield or not, but it didn't stun anybody. But a lot of ults coming online here on the side of Peerless Kings. You have everything except for Earth Shatter, basically. As, oh crap, a nice kill on the Shiro. That's gonna force the res out very early. You have Amp Matrix, Valkyrie, and Bob online here for Finding Nino. On the side of Peerless Kings, coming up with 5 ults, everything but Earth Shatter. We'll see what rotation they decide to do. Can Starry snag this Graviton Surge? As I'm very certain that's what they'll look to engage with. We'll see if they go for an aggressive Amp Matrix here. Villain just gonna pin Seal. The grab comes out, just gonna pin them against the wall. Nino going down, and that's a Tag Visor on the flank. Gloomy with the Cole finding 2. Zyle gonna find Toxic. Starry does pick off PK, but it's not gonna matter. The damage is done. As Crab's trying to poke down Villain, but way overextended here as he's on all alone. The rest of the team not with him. Villain gonna find the pick. The bomb coming in from Starry. It does find 2. This might be able to be turnable for Finding Nino, as Seal gonna drop in on the Reinhardt. We'll see if they can turn this. Villain with the Shatter. Does down both tanks. Seal going down. Starry popped out of that mech. It's just Nino and Starry on the point. The Bob coming in from Toxic. Nino still stalling the point out as they're gonna turn this. Finding Nino's actually gonna turn this fight, as it's just Zyle on point. What a commitment from Finding Nino. They were able to turn that despite being at the ult disadvantage for most of that fight.
It all started with Starry's bomb.
Starry's bomb, and then a great Bob on the side of Toxic.
Shatter.
As unfortunately, you only have Tac Visor and Amp Matrix, but Amp Visor can shred a team if you pop it at the right time. Especially if that Mercy damage boosts that soldier behind it as well. I'd like to see them just go ahead and go for that once Peerless Kings commits here. As Villain gonna just try to push that cart home. Starry contesting, Seal gonna rotate over. There's the Visor popped, Sailor Rosa gonna get melted, Starry finds Shiro. This fight's pretty much over. The amp coming out from Nino as well, and this fight is done. As Seal shielding that Bob off, making sure it doesn't get any extra damage done. Zyle all alone, gonna get pinned. And a very solid fight there on the side of Finding Nino. Starry gonna need to get this mech back quick, but you have Bob, Valkyrie, and Shatter online. So Finding Nino seems like they're starting to find their stride with cycling these ults. Starry will get the mech back before the fight kicks off. 75 to a Diva Bomb. Dynamite comes in from Toxic, gonna try to farm this Bob up really quick here. Seal, one Shatter here could end this, as they're gonna have a Cole, a Grab, and a Tac Visor on the side of Peerless Kings. We'll see what they decide to engage with. I would imagine the Coalescence is gonna be their move here, as they're going under. Seal gonna try to drop the hammer. Villain blocks it, misses the charge though. Seal gonna get melted. Bob gonna get committed by Toxic, and it's just a triangle party. As the Tac Visor comes out from PK, it does look like the trades are going for the way of Finding Nino. Toxic's Bob finds 2 and the Dynamite finds 1. As Finding Nino gonna get the cleanups again. You have that Grab and Shatter online though here for Peerless Kings. No ultimates for Finding Nino now. They had to commit a lot to stabilize there and hold that point. But you're in final fight territory if you're Peerless Kings, so you need to manage these ults very well. If Starry can snag this grab, that would be huge.
Yeah. Here goes Val.
The Val gonna get popped immediately. Shiro does find the pick on the Toxic. Organic right there with the rest. The grab does land. Toxic melted immediately again. Organic going down. Krabs does find Sailor Rosa. Oh, they kill Villain out of the Shatter! And it looks like Finding Nino is gonna be able to take this fight as well. The Shatter came down, but Villain was such low health it didn't matter. Krabs gonna find Gloomy and Zyle. The Visor coming out from Krabs just to get the extra cleanup. The Dragon gonna come through, not gonna find, well, it does find Krabs, who ran right into it, but it's not gonna matter. Nobody's on point, it's just gonna be Shiro on the Hanzo trying to stall this out. Probably not gonna last very long. Does find Nino though, and it looks like Peerless Kings might actually be able to turn this here. They're gonna turn this. They did. Seal though finding 2. Can he get the cleanups necessary? Is he swinging away on the soldier? Krabs does find Gloomy. This is just a chaotic back and forth fight, as it looks like Peerless Kings is gonna get the respawns in and are gonna likely win this fight, as Krabs just trying to stall this out.
Wow.
Seal will be coming in with the Shatter. We'll see if they try to commit to the cart here, as Nino goes over to the Moira. Starry gonna touch the point. Toxic gonna pick off PK. Toxic finding Sailor. Can they keep going? No. Shiro on the Doomfist gonna find Toxic. Starry gonna bomb on cart. It does break the shield. Seal gonna commit the Shatter. I don't know what that hit, but it didn't hit anyone. But Bob and the Dynamite gonna be enough. It's just Villain on the Diva gonna get popped out of the mech, and a great job turning that fight. Peerless Kings turned it around one way, and Finding Nino swung it back the other way.
Wow, what a match. And this is just the first round.
That was just the defense for one side. But if you're Finding Nino, that was what you needed. That's the momentum you needed to establish on this map. You needed to put your foot down and say, this ends here. We are gonna get a clear win condition on Havana.
I think if you are Peerless Kings, you run the spawn doors.
Just camp them, yeah, I agree.
You camp them hard, and you die on point.
I agree with that. I honestly, it gets you a second team fight. Guaranteed on A. And with the way that their double shield comp with this Ryan Sig has been working, as they're going back to that bread and butter that worked on Blizzard World so well, you know, I don't see why you wouldn't run and camp the spawn. Finding Nino staying on this Ryan Diva. Krab's gonna be on the Hanzo, Toxic on the Mei. Nino pulling out the Ana. Oh no, Toxic gonna go to the Junkrat. Krab's on the Mei. Interesting. And Organic on the Lucio. We'll see if they opt for the spawn hold. It doesn't look like they are. It looks like they're gonna play back and hold this corner though.
I'm very surprised. Because,
I am too.
Well, there's a Junkrat going up. I'm surprised because if you're Peerless Kings, you know, you want to waste as much time as you can because this is, you know, your map win. You don't want to go to a map 4.
Not only that, you have the accomp to really kind of play aggressive here. They're opting not to, and those shields are just getting melted. Toxic putting a lot of shield pressure on. Starry gonna dive PK. Organic already down to Shiro. Starry gonna try to force PK off this high ground. Villain gonna go down to the Fire Strike. That's the main thing now. We'll see if Sailor can find the res here onto the Rhine, as that's a huge ante from Gloomy, and that might be what they needed. Toxic and Shiro trading, both Junkrats down.
The res coming out though.
Yep, the res is on Villain, and it looks like Finding Nino just gonna reset. The sleep coming out onto Seal gets woken up immediately. They're just gonna try to back off here, as the rock does connect from Xyld. A nice Maywall. Starry gonna try to dive in to capitalize on it. Fire Strike from Seal, just getting that extra ult charge, as Seal gonna have Shatter here very quickly. The Amp Matrix coming out, the Fire Strike coming through, doesn't find any kills. The Shatter gonna come out though. Villain flat on the back. Nice pin from Seal, and that's 2 down. Gloomy and Villain both down. Shiro gonna find the pick onto Toxic though with that concussion mine. It may not matter though. This fight looks like it's gonna be over already. Well, maybe not. The Flux committed from Xyld here. Gonna try to turn this as the Immortality field is down. The Rock onto Seal. Gonna stun him up for 1 second. Doesn't look like it's really gonna matter. Seal caught in a trap again, as Shiro's just putting these in the most annoying places. That Junkrat is very low health on the flank though. Literally 1 hit. As Crab's going down, Organic finding the pick onto the Sigma. Here comes the tire from Shiro. Can it be big? A great sound barrier though from Organic, as it looks like the tire. They're just gonna wait this out. Can they break the tire before it finds a kill? No, it does find Nino. PK gonna pop the visor. A lot of commitments here from Peerless Kings as Toxic going down to Sailor. As Finding Nino still fighting this. They know that the respawn's pretty even. Great shatter block by Seal onto Villain. And the bomb from Starry finds 3. It's gonna crack this open. The Blizzard did get committed from Toxic, or from Crabs, my bad. It's not gonna matter though. I mean, that bomb was just clutch from Starry.
Fully operational.
Duh.
And finding Nino just gonna walk this in.
No, they're not.
They're gonna go for the contest. The wall coming out from Krabs, trying to protect his team a bit. Krabs does find the pick onto PK. They're going for the full commit here. The shatter though from Seal. What a shatter! And the tire gonna come out a little unnecessary. Seal finding 3 after that shatter. It's just Sailor Rosa on the point. And Seal hitting another fatty shatty. These have been juicers today from this man.
Oh my god, a fatty shatty.
As it might be able to force some staggers here on the side of PK, as a very solid time bank here on the side of Finding Nino. If they can get a couple of kills, they could force this in. Xyld does have that Flux, and the Fluxes have been massive from Xyld today. We'll see what they decide to do to counter this, as they're going to try to play aggressive, it looks like. Want to push in. There's the Amp Matrix. They're going to use that for the spam. And there's the Flux. Great Immortality field, though, from Nino. Nino going to get picked by Shiro, though. That's your main source of healing. The tire coming out from Shiro just to get the cleanup. Maybe a little over commitment there, but it's not going to matter. Seal going to just pin in, try to get a little bit of extra ult charge. Krabs poking with that May, going to try to farm this Blizzard. Toxic does find PK. Starry going down to Shiro, and at this point, you just need to get out of your Krabs. Just back out, don't stagger yourself. It looks like he's going to do just that. Very good disengage. You forced out quite a few ultimates if you're Finding Nino. It's going to be a Shatter and Attack Visor. That's it. Gloomy might be able to get this Coalescence online very quickly, but Starry has that Bomb, Blizzard, and Sound Barrier online here. As there's the Blizzard, it's just thrown in from Narnia. Sailor gets booped, and a nice pick. Krabs hitting the bat midair. The Attack Visor committed. The beat also going to be committed as Xyld goes down to Toxic. Starry finding PK. They're getting the kills. The pin from onto Villain. Starry just going to pop that bomb for the remake. Also going to zone them out. And it looks like Finding Nino might be able to push this in if they stack the cart. They need to get 3 on and just sprint this, and it looks like they realize that as they're going to stack it. Starry holding the high ground. Going to find the pick onto Sailor, who was their best chance to recontest. They might be able to just walk this in. As Peerless Kings, 2 of them going to go to the bottom left here. Seal has that shatter ready. He's going to drop it. Doesn't find anything. Hits the shield. As PK on the May, going to use the ice block. 2 of them on point. Shiro going down to the 2 Krabs. The shatter comes out from Villain, finds 2. The damage has been done though. The Tire finding a couple more. Toxic with a 4K to clutch it up.
And the team kill at the end.
As Finding Nino will not go down 3-0 tonight.
Play of the game.
Who else would this be?
For real, Starry. This bomb absolutely clutch, cracking this point open for them. And then getting the extra kill onto the Junkrat. I mean, feels like we're just getting big plays from everybody,
Look at
every map at
42
some point.
for Starry.
It's phenomenal. As we are going into Hanamura, and Peerless Kings will have to stay on the attack, seeing they are still on match point.
That was nutty.
Oh my god, is that big?
It really was.
As it is. I'm just keeping quiet, letting y'all do y'all's thing, watching the game from the background, but like a producer. But that's some nutty bombs, some nutty bows, some nutty Maypicks, some crabs.
Just a whole lot of nuts everywhere.
Just, yeah, it's just all nutty.
The only thing we're needing the shady boy on the Rhine.
Yes. The
League's
shad
most
nasty.
crack Rhine.
You're gonna have to
League.
talk to my team about that.
League's most cracked Rhine.
I don't know
But you
about
know-
that.
Wait. Off
We got
topic
some-
for a minute.
Pretty good Reinhardts
topic.
in this league.
Hey, hear me out. Off topic. When we do our pug night, we need to give the people what they want. Let's give them
Paris?
the Yarble shady tank line.
Ooh.
And let's give them Bale on the Lucio support. You gotta give the people what they want sometimes.
I've been wanting Paris and still haven't got that yet.
You and me both.
Damn. Paris best map. So we're going to Hanamura. Any subs? Well, PK wouldn't have any swaps. I don't think.
We have no substitutions for either team. And Finding Nino, I mean, again, the chance to really set their win condition here on Hanamura as they're going to be defending first. I mean, it's 2 CP, you've got Toxic on your team. Granted, Shiro has been popping off on the Junkrat as well. I mean, you just full send it, in my opinion. Run the junk on both sides, run the double shield, run the Rhine, run whatever.
Right. We're getting a bio break right now for the moment.
Yep, so we will take a little bit of a break here. Let the teams kind of gather themselves.
Don't worry,
As-
Twitch is running ads right now anyways.
Okay, cool.
While we have this moment, and while we're taking a little bio break, don't forget to join the server. Give a follow on our Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to our Twitch, donate to
Follow
our
our
Twitch.
Instagram.
Shady needs money, so donate to the Twitch.
They don't pay me enough for these casting gigs.
Wait, we're getting paid?
Or Shady's OnlyFans
No.
account.
We don't
Shady
talk about
OnlyFans?
that.
Yeah, he sends out feed pics.
Whoa, now.
Supposed to be on the down low.
Oh, the very down low.
But don't forget, we do have our community pug game and Diva Egg coming up soon, so...
We have
And
Diva
our Halo
Egg coming up. Halo Leagues. We have both Mild and Fire tier going on, as well as Verde tier for Overwatch starting up soon. I mean,
thank God, that's news to
we
me.
got a lot going on in Bronze Tacos right now. So if you're not in the server and you want to get involved with it, join the server. There should be a link in our Twitch. Of course, subscribe to the YouTube. CD does a fantastic job putting together a bunch of content for us. Instagram, Twitter, follow both of those to stay up to date with all news Bronze Tacos. And, you know, maybe find out when our next pug is, when we're starting our Halo League up, our next Smash Bros tournament. We just ran one of those.
Next Saturday and Sunday, I'll be casting that.
There you
Who is
go.
that?
I'm gonna be making my run through the bracket. This is Purple Nick.
Oh, what's up, Purple Nick?
Nick's
He's
on
very
top of
quiet
it.
tonight.
Just camming. Hardcore.
Who's your main?
Nick's over here
Purple?
doing the
Who's your
dirty
main?
work.
Who's my main in Smash?
Yeah.
I usually just fall back to Captain Falcon, and then I go Marth and stuff like that.
Shameless Kirby man right here.
Stay away from the DLCs.
You don't like Sora? That hurts me.
I faced Strozel as Sora, and I had some colorful words afterwards.
More than just purple.
Yeah, more than just purple. So, that was a lot of fun. We'll be doing that again.
Awesome.
Like when Sora came out, I may have cried a little bit. It was beautiful.
Thank you, Sakurai.
Yes. You owe that man so much.
We do.
Oh, when is the next game? Let's see.
2024.
No, I meant for League.
Well, it depends on which tier.
Yes.
We have our next mild tier game will be February 20th. It will be Valkyrie versus Nebula at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
A good match. 8 p.m. Eastern, if you're like me. And you think
Don't
everyone
operate
runs
by
on
Central
Eastern time.
As for Fire tier, our next game is actually on Thursday. It will be Dragon's Bite versus Diving Phoenix.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
So
What
got
about
some
Verde tier?
spicy games coming in. Verde tier's happening.
Verde tier is happening? What?
I guess they don't keep me in the loop on these things.
I'm in Verde tier and they don't keep me in the loop. But anyways, that's besides the
Me
point.
too.
That's besides the point. Let's get on
Me
to this
too.
match.
I'm the owner and the captain of a team, and I don't know what's happening with Verde tier.
But back to
All
this
right,
mild
we
tier
are-
game.
Yeah, back to the mild tier game at hand. We have Finding Nino on the defense, and it looks like they're going to be running out with what's been working for him. Krabs on the Mei, Toxic on the Junk, Seal staying on the Rhine, Starry on the Diva, Organic on the Lucio, and Nino on the Baptiste. And as for Peerless Kings, if they stick to this comp, it'll be Villain on the Rhine, Xyle on the Sigma. No surprise on either of those. PK looks like going to be running the Sombra, maybe to Scout. They might stick to this. Shiro on the Mei, Sailor's yet to select, and Gloomy on that Ana, and Sailor going to be picking the Mercy.
You know why I don't like this map? It's too small for 2 CP
Yeah.
map.
Yeah, that's
I feel
true.
like that's the gripe with most 2CP maps.
Well, this is too narrow of hallways.
Yeah. Paris is a better map. I mean, Horizon's better than all of them, but, you know. As PK is going to be trying to stick with the Sombra. We'll see if PK can get through the choke, just trying to find an in here. Gonna look to get behind and look for hacks. Maybe gonna go back to spawn. Yeah, PK going back to spawn, gonna switch to the Symmetra, so they might try to TP here. As they're running Sim Mei very strong if they can get on that point. It's gonna be very difficult for Finding Nino to contest the point. Because I don't think they know that they have the Symmetra quite yet. As the wall coming up from Krabs doesn't quite cut any of them off. Does force the ice block out from Shiro, and they know the Sim's there now. They back up to the point. They know the TP's coming. They're gonna meet them there, and Seal just swinging away, 3 down immediately. And that's gonna be the first team fight, done and dusted. Finding Nino gonna hold, pushing Xyle in the little room, gonna get that cleanup kill. Seal gonna have Shatter for this fight. They're gonna come up on the Ant Matrix. Nice pick by Organic onto. Oh, and they use Res too. That's huge. Shiro gonna be switching over to the Junkrat, so off the Mei. Steel gonna need to land a big Shatter here. This Shatter can end the fight. Shatter and Window here, instant fight win, let your team build up to the ultimates that they need to build up to. They know they still have the Sim, we'll see where they TP now. They're gonna go up top this time. Sailor down already though. And the Shatter comes down onto the Symmetra. Seal says, I'm not playing your games, PK. You're not gonna get those turrets set up on me, and Seal chasing that Ana down. Gonna let the Ana get out. Never mind. Snipes her with a fire strike. PK gonna get off the Sim, going over to the Soldier. They saved their Amp Matrix as well that fight. Only using Shatter. Very cheap fight. Starry gonna have to get this mech back very quickly though. As Peerless King's pushing in with
Sigma's
3
still in the back
ultimates here.
There is someone up top though.
Yeah,
on the
Sigma.
right hand side.
Yeah, and they have Zyle has Flux too. And he's gonna use it. Nino gonna have that Immortality Field available though. It goes down immediately to PK. As Villain gonna pin in, does find Organic. The tire coming out from Toxic and finds 2. See if Sailor can find a res here to try to keep this fight alive. Shiro going off the map. I hope that was accidental. As Villain gonna find Nino. Seal finding Villain though. It's trades both ways. A little bit of a crazy fight. In the end, it's gonna be 4 people holding point for finding Nino. They have no supports though. If Peerless Kings can get a quick rush here, then they might be able to get a very quick fight win.
We have some massive ults about to come up. This could be very interesting.
Oh yeah, this might be about to witness a triangle party here. We'll see if they go for that Blizzard Bomb. Seems to have been a tried and true combo for them. This Villain gonna look to land a big Shatter here. Seal does have his built up now. They're just playing around this corner. Infinitely more shield on the side of Peerless Kings. Villain walking in, looking for that Shatter. Seal blocks it. It does land on Nino. The bomb coming out. It finds 2. Gloomy and Shiro down. Sailor popping the Valkyrie. Gonna try to look for a res. Toxic going down to Zyle. A great Maywall from Krabs though, cutting Zyle off. Sailor does come in, gonna go touch the point. A pin in from Villain. Does DMX Starry, and this is a bit of a chaotic fight at this point. The tire gonna come out from Shiro. Sound barrier out from Organic, gonna just try to delay it. PK popping that tack visor. We'll see if either of them can find value. The tire stalling, gonna find Nino. Grabs, finds the pick onto Sailor. Seal gonna pin in his Villain going down. Finding Nino should be able to turn this fight. This is very winnable for them. They need to kill these DPS though. As Seal in a trap, just holding that shield, gonna try not to get melted. The Junkrat going down, they need to deal with the Soldier though on point. Toxic finding Gloomy, PK going down, Zyle with that tack, with the Flux, my bad. The tire gonna take out Zyle, and finding Nino just needs 1 tick to send this to map 5.
Woo! My.
0. Switching sides.
I mean,
Initiate
So,
match.
so my question is, if this map goes to a tie, does that
then
mean
Peerless
PK
Kings would win
wins?
this series. Yes.
Oh.
So if we go to a tie here, Peerless Kings will
Man.
win the series.
To lose this series on a tie, I'll be pissed.
That's a new controller right there.
That
Yeah,
is a
for
good
real.
goal.
We'll see what they decide to do though, as I fully expect Peerless Kings to come out on this double shield here. And you know, surprise, surprise, it looks like Finding Nino is just gonna stick with the same comp. If it ain't broke, don't fix, or if it ain't broke, yeah, don't fix it.
30 seconds.
I swear I know how to talk.
I hope so. I've been casting all night.
As for, this is interesting. Peerless Kings sticking with this double shield. They're going with a Mei, which makes sense on control, or on assault. Going with a Soldier over the Junkrat though, very interesting. Not only going with a Soldier over the Junk, but no damage boost for the Soldier. They're going with a Bat Moira support line, so going with a lot of sustain and double shield here.
They might feel that there's a Pharah or an Echo coming to go over the wall.
Possibly, as they're playing very far out. Zyle is super overextended. PK's down. If they get one more pick, this fight might already be over.
Why would you do that?
They were, they were holding very overextended. Nice trap there by Toxic. The Immortality Field used by Nino. Toxic gonna go down. Seal does find Shiro though, as it's still numbers advantage and spawn advantage for finding Nino. Villain going down. It's just Zyle as the lone tank. Nino gonna DPS Gloomy, take out the Moira. The BAP trying to stall the point. Sailor Rosa gonna go down, and that is it potentially. PK back on the Symmetra to stall. Not gonna last very long though. And that will do it. We're going to map 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Peerless Kings, what are you thinking, my friends? What they pushed up like here. Let us touch spawn doors, and then we run back to choke and fight.
I think what they were doing there, I think they were looking for the Symmetra. I think that's what the whole point was, and I think once...
But even if you were looking for the Symmetra, you don't play up that far. You play back to point.
Well, their plan... I'm assuming their plan probably was to look for the Symmetra, and then try to pick her off immediately. I think the thing is that Finding Nino realized how overextended they were and just rushed them. I think that was more of a great reaction by Finding Nino.
Wow, I don't know what to say. I don't like Peerless Kings, like, but you're giving this away. That's all I gotta say.
And now, seeing we go to map 5, our lovely chat will get to pick. It can be either control map
or Horizon.
It can be controller escort. I wish.
Just remember, just remember, they found Nino. It's not finding Nino. They found him.
Nino.
They found him now. So chat, it is chat's pick for map. You can pick. Chat is able to pick from any of the available escort or control maps that have not already been played tonight. So any control map that isn't Busan and any escort map that isn't Havana. But man, I mean, Finding Nino, just when we thought they were down, they're coming back, fighting.
Right, I don't understand what PK has been doing in these past 2 maps. Like, you want to go? It's gotta be the Nino. I don't know what else it is, because like if you have a 2-0 lead, you go push spawn doors at wherever we went to on 3rd map. You hold that as long as you can. You die on point for that. We didn't see that from them. And then with this one, they push so far up. I don't understand.
I think the counter argument with that though is Finding Nino did the same thing on Havana. They didn't hold the spawn doors.
If we check the chat, I'm seeing a lot of Kings Row and Junker right now.
We can't play hybrid. It has to be either escort or control.
So
it has to be a map that it's a very low chance or no chance of a draw.
There's also Rialto being thrown out right now. There's a lot
I see a lot of Rialtos.
Yeah, those.
Oh, we're going to Rialto then.
Couple Nepals.
We going Rialto or Nepal?
How many Nepals and how many Rialtos?
I see a lot more Rialtos in Nepals.
And it'll be Rialto.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Rialtos. 1, 2 Nepals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Parises.
Yes!
Let's go. We're going to Rialto, ladies and gentlemen, for map 5.
Wait a minute. Rhythm and Blues, go to Twitch, go on your own Twitch, and vote for Paris.
I did.
Danny, make me proud. I'll do it right now.
So, for this map, Finding Nino, seeing they won the last map, will be attacking first.
Oh, we got more Parises coming in.
I mean, they can draw on 2 CP. That's the only problem. So Finding Nino will attack first, and I mean, man, the momentum is definitely swung in this game. I mean,
like,
definitely
legit, it is Peerless King's game to lose. It's like snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
I think that I don't know if it's so much that Peerless Kings is losing this game though. I think that Finding Nino I think they woke up after those 2 maps.
They found Nino.
Yeah, but if you watch, but legit, if you have watched every map that they have played, Finding Nemo has not changed up their comp one bit, except maybe 1 or 2 times. Other than that, it's the same. It's the same tank, the same healers, all the way around.
It's been the same healers, but you have to think they have had different people playing them.
Yeah, but I mean, like the same characters though. You know what I mean,
you can have the same characters, but different people play them differently.
Yeah, but it still.
So,
you know what I mean.
I think that I think it's more that Finding Nino. I think after those 2 maps, I think it's more they just woke up and started getting you know, getting after it as opposed to Peerless Kings is throwing this game away. I don't think they are. I think that, yeah, they didn't.
Nino wants
we
the
could
bid.
we could talk about them not holding spawn on Havana, but neither did Finding Nino, and you have the whole rest of the map to, you know, recover from that. I think Hanamura, I honestly kind of understand what they were looking for there. I think they were looking for the sim and trying to get some extra poke damage in, and I think Finding Nino just caught them with their pants down.
Like, after the first 2 maps, I never thought we would see the map 5. Never would I have thought tonight we would see a map.
These from Finding Nino. I think if you're Peerless Kings at this point, I feel like you have to consider changing something up now in terms of your overall comp, because they've been running very similar comps in terms of that double shield.
Me personally,
Welcome to reality.
they're getting some value out of the Sigma, but Starry is getting more value out of the Diva, so they're getting more value out of the Diva than the Sigma.
It's
So
kinda-
you may want to switch to a Ryan Zarya Brawl or Ryan Diva or something.
It's kind of crazy if you think about that, though, because typically you think about Diva into double shield, it's not the best pick.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting when you think about that. But we'll see what each of these teams decide to run, as it will be Finding Nino on the attack first. We'll see if they stick with what's been working, and it looks like they are coming out on
They
the
are.
Diva Ryan, May, Junk, Bappin,
If it's
Lucio.
not broke, don't fix it.
And it looks like Peerless Kings changing it up quite a bit. PK on the May, Shiro on the Junk, and Gloomy and Sailor on the Ana Mercy, but the tank line is interesting. Orisa Zarya.
That's a very interesting take line for them.
It is. I mean, you think about Orisa and Zarya, you don't typically think of them having a lot of synergy. It looks like Shiro is going to go for a trap in the spawn.
Are you looking for the poles into the water with the Orisa on the bridge, and then you switch out?
Maybe kind of
Maybe.
just throw Golden Arista out there with a
bubble,
bomb, just
yeah.
like that. Get some charge.
There's a nice wall from PK, does wall off Seal, but the team is there to support. Nino and Toxic going to be taking this high ground to get some poke. PK down immediately. Let's see if they can find the res. They do get the res off, and Shiro going to find Seal and Organic, but Crab's going to get the pick onto PK again. Crab's finding Villain as well. This is very winnable for Finding Nino. They have the spawn advantage. The wall coming up from Crabs just to protect his team just a little bit more, as they don't have a shield to play around right now. A good pull there from Zyle to try to get some extra damage on them. Toxic gonna get healed up by his supports. The Seal is back in this fight. Caught in a trap behind the cart. Here comes the tire from Toxic. We'll see how big it is. Can he find pay dirt with it? It does find the Ana. That is a nice pick. That does majority of the healing down. Sailor gonna be popping that Valkyrie. They have PK isolated on the bridge over there.
Oh no!
Or I'm sorry, that was Zyle, not PK. PK coming back on the Pharah, gonna find Crabs. Toxic's trap gonna find Shiro. Shiro's trap finding Organic. Sailor gonna res Zyle over on that bridge. They have a flank Orisa in the back line. Toxic gonna have to deal with this Bongo. It is not gonna be dealt with by Toxic, but Starry will finally kill it. The Amp Matrix coming out from Nino. It's not gonna be enough to keep Seal up, and Villain gonna find the kill onto the Rhine as they have gone over to this full pharmacy, and Crab's gonna switch over to the Soldier to try to help counter it. Ults coming out for both teams here, as you have Tire, Nano, and Grab for one side, Shatter and Bomb for the other.
Oh, point tire.
Yep, Shiro's going for it, but here comes a bomb! It does find Gloomy, the Tire
but here's
finds
the res.
Crabs. Sailor will find the res onto Gloomy, as you said. And Seal finding Villain, Shiro going down to Nino, but Seal gonna get picked off by Zyle. Zyle with that nano boost, and that is an Orisa that is angry and has a lot of bullets to pump into you. Nice pull there. PK gonna find the pick onto Toxic. Gloomy goes for the sleep, not sure if she hit anybody with it, but it's not really gonna matter, as Finding Nino gonna disengage. They have a minute and a half here to try to cap, as PK playing around these rooftops very well and getting value with this far, as they're gonna go for a flank barrage here into the back line. Let's see if this is big. It's coming out. Do they find any value? No, the Immortality Field gonna save the team. But Nino does end up going down, got very low, didn't have anything to heal himself up with it. Toxic going on the flank now on this Junkrat, gonna try to farm this tire. He has it ready, let's see if he uses it right now or if he's gonna hold it. As Shiro gonna go contest the Junkrat over on the flank with the pocketed Mercy. PK poking away from way in the back so that way he can't get dove by Starry. As Krabs trying to land the shots into this Pharah, but PK playing so far back and playing so much cover. As we'll see what ultimates decide to get committed here first. Soundberry coming out, Tire coming out as well from Toxic. Toxic finding no value with it. Krabs does find Shiro, the grab coming out, and a huge ante from Gloomy. Great immortality field from Nino though to save his tank. It could not save Organic, but the tank gonna be kept alive, and it looks like finding Nino might be able to get this home as it's just the honor to try to contest the cart, and Gloomy's just gonna back up. They need to get 3 on to sprint it. They're going to, and cap A with that fight. Finding Nino gonna try to get a couple of executes here, and that's a big one onto Shiro. We'll see if Sailor tries to go for that res.
This is big with finding Nino just capping that point.
That's absolutely huge as PK over on that flank, kind of poking away from behind the rooftop still. About 65 to another barrage. They do have that bongo and a nano boost. Just a tag visor, Diva Bomb, and Shatter coming online here as the tag visor gonna immediately get popped from Mr. Krabs. Dial goes down to that concussion mine. Seal gonna find Sailor Rosa. Krabs does find the pick onto PK. The Shatter coming out onto Gloomy. He solo shatters the Ana. You love to see it. That's actually high value if you're a Reinhardt. And it's just Shiro gonna try to survive on the Junkrat. Rez coming out onto Toxic. Shiro goes down to the Helix Rocket. Zyle gonna try to get in position to contest this cart, but Seal does not want to let them take that position.
Ryan was
They're gonna roll into B.
And he's like, time to go, Granny.
I don't blame him. You shatter and kill a support, it is worth it, especially when this high value is on it. The bomb coming in from Starry, it fights 2! Gloomy and Zyle both go down, it also kills the bongo! The pin coming in from Seal!
Oh my
Starry
God,
also
Gloomy,
finding Sailor on the Zen!
Oh man, Gloomy, you having a bad night, girl.
As Starry finding multiple kills, I believe that is a 4 or 5k for Starry on the Diva that fight.
Oh my God.
You love to see it.
You need to calm down, girl.
Finding Nino, finding their rhythm. Here comes the tire. Out from Shiro. Gonna climb the wall. The grab coming out. Oh, and a nice concussion knife from Toxic saving his Reinhardt. Toxic gonna counter tire here, and it's huge. Finds 3.
My God,
And a 4th with the concussion mine. They're gonna be able to just walk it on in. As it's just Villain trying to stall on the Zarya. They will walk this in with a 2-minute and almost 20-second time bank.
Good my God Almighty.
Good Lord.
Jesus.
Score
All right.
0.
So if you're finding Nino, if you're, I don't know who the hell's even playing more. If you're Peerless Kings,
Initiate.
yeah, okay. I mean, it's doable, but
It is doable. You need to. They're gonna need to replicate their snowball that they had on Blizzard World. I think that. I mean,
but
finding Nino is like they are playing with newfound aggression these past couple maps.
They
It feels
are,
like.
and it's amazing because once they hit that first point,
Ready for
it was all over from there.
Yeah,
30 seconds left on
that
the
cart
clock,
did not stop.
2:35, and it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling. Like they legit have almost the exact time bank as when they hit the first point.
Well, and
Except
we're gonna
10
see
seconds
them replicate the comp that's been working for them. Except Organic will be on the Mercy, and Crab's gonna be on that Soldier. Possibly expecting the Pharah. Looks like Villain gonna come out on the Diva, PK on the Soldier, Shiro gonna stay on the Junkrat, Gloomy on the Moira, Xyle and Sailor have yet to pick. I wouldn't be surprised if they go with the Bat, but instead they're gonna play the Mercy.
1.
Xyle, we'll see what they decide to lock. It will be the Reinhardt.
Escort the pain.
And now it's just the poke game. Is PK gonna switch over to the Cassidy here? This is actually, I think, a very good pick for them because of how aggressive Seal has been getting lately. I mean, he's just feeling like he can walk forward, feeling invincible, get a little bit of a stun. Is Shiro gonna find a pick onto Krabs? We'll see if Organic can get that res, but it looks like Shiro's gonna cover it, and Finding Nino just gonna back off. This is a very good disengage from them. They're down their soldier, they don't want to fight a 5v6, and now Starry gonna try to force Villain off that high ground. Now they're gonna play the card. They know Krabs will be back relatively quickly. Toxic getting plenty of poke in, almost to that tire already. He's at 85, 90. Toxic gonna be able to pop this tire very soon. As Shiro at about 35%, almost 40. Toxic finding 2. Zio went down. It's not gonna matter that their Rhine's down. As Finding Nino finding the kills, the res onto their own Reinhardt, and they're gonna hold right here. 3 minutes left for Peerless Kings to try to cap A, and they're gonna need to push this all the way to force extra rounds on this map. Otherwise, we're looking at a reverse sweep. They have plenty of time still, though, to build ultimates. Toxic gonna have the tire. They're gonna have a Shatter, Amp Matrix, and a Valkyrie coming online here. Toxic gonna pop it early. He's not gonna wait, and it does find PK. That's a nice pick. And PK had the Deadeye. Shiro going off the map. I don't know if that was intentional or not. And the Shatter comes out from Seal. It doesn't find anything, but it doesn't matter. The kills are there. Toxic finding Zio. Gloomy going down as well. Sorry, just spamming from a distance to try to get that little extra poke. And this is a very solid hold here for Finding Nino. Again, cycling their ultimates very well. They're going to have 4 online. They only use 2. As Peerless Kings walking up to engage. Here comes the Attack Visor. Great job by Villain pressuring this out. But Starry, great peel for her Soldier. And Sailor Rosa going down to the Attack Visor. Villain going to use that bomb just to remech. It is just a Mercy down for Peerless Kings. The Shatter coming out. It does find 3. The follow-up isn't there. The bomb from Starry finds Gloomy, and Zio went down to Nino. Here comes the Deadeye, but Krabs shuts that down immediately. Taylor will res Gloomy, but it's not going to matter. This fight is over. As Shiro's still holding that Rip Tire, Zio going over to the Sigma. So they have a very small shield to work with now. Villain going to try to get that remech before this next engagement. They have Cole and Tire here. That's unfortunate, as we're looking at a little over a minute left here for Peerless Kings to try to push this across the finish line, and it is going to be a Tire and a Valkyrie. The Tire going to get popped from Toxic. It gets taken out by Shiro. Sailor going to res Zile as well. Seal the pin onto Zile and going to pick off the Sigma. These fights are very back and forth. The Shatter coming out. It does down the Mercy. The Tire going to come in, waiting out the Emor. PK going to kill the Immortality Field. The Tire finds 3! Shiro cracking it open. And that might be enough for them to push it. We'll see if they can get this stagger onto Starry. That definitely will. And they're chasing it. They want that Diva popped out of the mech. They're going to get it. Organic going to get picked, trying to save the Diva. And Gloomy going to get the skill orb kill onto Starry. And I feel like if you're finding Nino, just back off. Let them cap this. Just get the reset, and it looks like that's what they're gonna do. They're just gonna poke. They're not gonna go contest this.
Now this is interesting because PK has the exact same time that Finding Nino did when they hit this point.
Yep, it's gonna come down to if they can snowball. There's the Amp Matrix coming out and the Attack Visor. Mirroring Attack Visors, the Fire Strike through the Amp. Gonna find the pick on the Sailor. PK finding Krabs. The bomb doesn't find anything. Seal able to block it as they're pushing up aggressively to this corner. But the shield health is gonna be a lot more for Finding Nino, as that 6 shield so much lower health than the Rhine shield. The Tire coming out from Shiro. Can he find a big one? It's 3 again! Shiro, stop it!
Shiro!
And this is what Peerless Kings need. They need this snowball to match the time bank of Finding Nino. Finding Nino needs to get this regroup.
Nino did not want. Nino did not want this.
They did not want the snowball, as Peerless Kings is going to be able to push this into B. Seal going to go for the contest, not going to get it. And his team's going to have to hard pocket him to get out of there, as that shield is very low. And he is going to go down, the Cole coming out.
They got 1 minute before they are under the amount of time of
Ari with the bomb. It's going to potentially crack Villain out of that mech. It does. Finding Nino gonna get the disengage. Starry needs to get out of there and not stagger herself out, but she is going to. Gets popped out of that mech, killed by the Baby Diva and Villain. Toxic's Tire needs to be huge here. If this Tire's massive, then they can burn this down to a lower time bank.
Finding Nino does have 3 ults online going into maybe.
They do, but they're pushing into 3 ults as well. Almost 4.
They got like 25 seconds.
There's the attack. The Tire coming out from Toxic. It does find Zile. That's a good pick. You have no shield now. Crab's gonna get rest. He's close to that attack visor. Seal needs to be kept alive as he's almost got that shatter, but they only have a mercy for heals. He's gonna go down to Villain.
Here comes the
bomb coming in from Starry to Zone from Villain. My bad. It finds 2. Absolutely massive. Nino gonna pop that that Amp Matrix, and it looks like Finding Nino is going to be able to turn this though.
Yes, Finding Nino does have more time than PK does as of right now.
And you're coming up on a shatter and an attack visor here on the side of on the side of Peerless Kings. All you have is that tire, which for Shiro, the way he's been hitting them lately, it's enough. And the Nano, the question is, who do you Nano?
For PK, you don't freak out. You don't freak out right now. You have under 2 minutes right now. You can still move this in, still get a good time.
Absolutely, as the Nano does come out onto the Sigma. Seal gonna be trying to play aggressive with the shatter. He does down 3, and the tag visor behind it. Gloomy goes down, Zyle down as well. That's 2 down immediately. It needs to be a reset. As Krabs finding a 3, make it 4. Mr. Krabs, calm down, bro.
Oh my god.
Make it 5. Krabs, chill out, homie.
Don't get organic in that too.
For real, yeah. I mean,
power boosting the Mr.
that
Krabs.
damage boost is huge, and it allowed Toxic to build up to this tire, and Starry to build up to this Diva Bomb.
At this time, if you are PK, you do start maybe freaking out a little bit. You have almost 1 minute left.
No, you need this tire from Shiro to be massive. He's got to hit another big tire here.
But Starry does have that,
Toxic down immediately.
Bomb online though.
Organic. Maybe goes for the rest here. Villain gonna deny it. The bomb comes out from Starry. Doesn't find anything.
Anybody.
Shiro with the tire. Can it be big? That is a Shiro tire. Doesn't find anything. Here comes Toxic now. This needs to be big. Starry popped out of the mech. Toxic does find Zyle. That's the shield gone. Sailor goes for the rest. Gonna get it off. Here comes the Villain bomb. She banks it off the pillar and gets 3. They're gonna get it home.
Oh my god. Okay.
What a bomb from Villain to clutch that up.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's just big play after big play after big play, man.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
The benefit for Finding Nino, they did get them down to only a minute in the time bank. So PK gonna have to absolutely just get this immediate. They're gonna have to cap A immediately and snowball it. For Finding Nino, you have a clear win condition. Hold them to as close a point as possible, and then all you have to do is push, and you're gonna have more than double the time they do.
Die on that point.
Absolutely. I would like to see them just play this corner very aggressively.
Not even the corner. You go right up. You go right up to the point.
You go hide in the.
Oh, you want the spawn camp?
Yeah, you go right to spawn camp. Go right where that wall is, where it come out, and that's where you stay. That's where you stand up, right there.
Oh, it looks like they're gonna opt to not do that. They are gonna hold the corner. I think they do have the faith in their DPS to get the picks they need. As Peerless Kings is gonna just come out on the comp that worked for that push. So they're not even gonna try to mess around with running a Reinhardt. Sailor gonna be on the Lucio though, so they are not gonna have that mercy, so no resurrection available. As Villain gonna immediately go to the high ground and try to push them off, and that's PK down immediately. Toxic with the very quick pick. They rocked Starry, but it's not gonna matter. Toxic going down to Shiro though. This is very resible though. Organic maybe gonna look for it, maybe not. Villain contesting the high ground, not gonna allow it to happen. Seal trying to hold this corner and not give it up. They don't want to give them any more payload progress for free. As Seal just trying to manage that shield, but also hold aggressive. As Starry keeping that high ground. Sailor going down to Krabs, and this could be big. PK on the high ground. It's a Diva and a Soldier dueling on the high ground. Seal trying to keep this cart contested so they can't get any more free progress. As Toxic gonna try to build this tire as fast as he can. Both Divas are out of mech right now. Seal in a trap. He has no shield. Seal is down. Starry gonna get the pick, and it's trades both ways. The res coming up onto Seal. He's gonna just swing. He needs to build that shatter up. One shatter and this fight is over. And this is as far as PK's gonna get this cart. Toxic popping the tire. It's gonna go down to Shiro. Villain gonna find the pick onto Toxic. Toxic with 3 kills though. And that is gonna end it. Make it 4.
Steal with
Can he get
4.
by? No, Nino gonna find the pick onto PK, but they are not pushing that cart anymore.
is it.
And finding Nino is on the verge of the reverse sweep.
That is it right there. But at 88.10 meters, I mean, you may think that 2 minutes and 55 seconds is a long time.
That can burn very quickly.
Which it is. But where this payload is at right now, you have maybe 2-3 team fights.
Depending on how quick they are. If you get quick resets, maybe you can squeak 4 in.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what they opt to do. Honestly, I wouldn't mind. PK, I would expect to come out on the far here. Doesn't look like he's going to, though. It is going to be the Soldier, Junkrat again. Mercy, Moira still. And then Zyle coming out on the Roadhog. I like this pick. The Hog, you get one quick kill, fights over immediately.
Yeah. Maybe they're going to pull him into the water.
Yep. And then Crab staying on that Soldier. I mean, finding Nino feels no need to change their comp. They're running the same comp this entire map, and it's been working.
It has been.
So we'll see how close they up to hold.
Going right up to the bridge. Right up to
Zyle's going to look for a quick environmental here, more than likely.
Yep.
BT is going to have to make, or Seal, sorry, is going to have to make sure that he is really watching with that shield and making sure that Hog does not get a free hook through. As they're going to have a lot of shield pressure, so Seal's shield is going to go down very quickly, but he's going to get a lot of free fire strikes. Zyle uses the hook already, and has to use his breather. This Hog is free for the taking now. Let's see if they can find a kill. Seal going to get burned immediately, though. Shiro finding the kill. Immortality down. Organic going to get the res onto Seal. Starry tried to go up and contest that Junkrat, and Villain is down. PK did find shield, though, so Seal, though, neither team has a Rhine, but Junkrat going to get taken out. As Toxic finding 2, the Hog is down as well. And they get the resing Mercy. Sailor goes down. Gloomy's down. It's over. It is over. Finding Nino completes the reverse sweep.
That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Mark it in the books. Finding Nino with the first reverse sweep of Season 7.
A hell of an overall match. Give it to Seal. The man went crazy on Ryan. Everyone was having big plays on both sides. And man, I mean, fantastic job by finding Nino. Down 2-0, looked like they were out of it, and they clawed their way back for the reverse sweep.
Sorry, I just need a minute to pick my jaw up off the ground.
And I mean, for finding Nino, that's the bounce back game you want. First game of the season, losing a 3-0, albeit a close 3-0. The maps were very close. But then coming back, going down 2-0, showing that resolve, showing that fight, coming back, clawing their way for a reverse sweep. And for Peerless Kings, a lot of positives. I mean, they just showed that they can hang with any team, and man, they got some scary comps that they can run.
But they just couldn't get it done tonight.
Sometimes it happens like that. I mean, that was a phenomenal job on the part of finding Nino to get that reverse sweep off, but don't take away from Peerless Kings. Those were some very hard-fought maps.
Mm-hmm.
But another series.
Absolutely. As we'll see what teams want to, these teams want to do interviews and who's going to come in for them, and then after that we will do our MVPs. But I mean, what a series! If every series I'm going to cast like is going to be like this, and the Nebula series I casted earlier this season, I'm not going to have a voice by the end of the season.
You're in for a good show.
I know. This is the second 5-map series in a row I have casted.
I was in a 5-map on Tuesday with 4 different casters.
Tuesday? That was yesterday.
Or Friday, that's right.
So it looks like we're going to have...
I was in a 5-map on Tuesday, a 5-map one last night, and a 5-map one today.
You the real MVP.
We're going to have Seal and Starry, the tank line, for Finding Nino in for interviews, and it looks like we'll do them first, and then Peerless Kings, if they have anybody that wants to do interviews, do them second. But, man, I mean, you can't say enough about what a phenomenal series that was.
Oh my god, it was fantastic. Story, oh my god. I love. I
MVPs are going to be hard.
a good team of. Oh my god.
You
They
could
are.
say Krabs or Toxic for DPS, Story or Nino, but you'd only pick two of them. That's gonna be your hard one.
You can't have a DPS MVP without putting Shiro's name in there.
Ooh, there goes the Kings.
We are waiting on them to join here. As it looks like, I believe it'll be Shiro and Gloomy for Peerless Kings.
Okay,
We'll actually interview Peerless Kings first.
I'll let you guys take over. Get in the water.
I can't invite him to the group.
They're in a group, probably.
Shirohige or Shirohige for them.
Yeah.
And who's the other one?
Gloomy.
Gloomy.
Hello?
Hey,
Shiro.
How's it going?
What up, what up?
Well, first off, let's just start by saying that was a hell of a series you guys just put on for us. It was a
Thank
very,
you.
very
Appreciate
good
it.
performance by both teams.
Thank you, thank you.
So, first question, how were you guys feeling after map 2, and then did the mood kind of change as the maps went on?
I guess the
Halftime, you want to go
confidence-
first, man?
Yeah, sure. So, I guess we were like really feeling ourselves at map 2, I think. And then map 3 hit us and we were like, dang. If you know what I mean, like all right. This is going to be a bloody fight to the end, and that's what it was.
Personally, I think we kind of lost a little momentum.
Yeah.
I think both teams kind of got burnt out, and we're just like, please let this be over. I mean, it was a good fight. Just,
Yeah, there's like an
jeez,
intensity
man, that was intense.
to. Yeah,
was
I
intense.
agree.
I have a question that I've been dying to ask since this happened.
Oh no.
What were y'all thinking when you pushed up so far on Hanamura on defense?
oh boy. Which time?
That led to you guys losing that map.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, I think it's
Probably miscommunication.
when you. I think you could. It's really evident when we are like hitting our stride for our like situational awareness and communication, and then when we lose the communication, we start losing the awareness, and then it ends up with us being at the front gate at their spawn trying to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the best
Well-
description was going through my mind then was, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well,
I would have to agree.
regardless, you guys put on a really good show. Shiro, I want to ask you one thing, because
Go for it.
I believe I've played against you a few times, and I've mainly known you as a Hanzo player.
Yeah, yeah.
The hell got into your Junkrats tonight?
So it's funny because I've always been a Junkrat player. I just don't always pull it out for these because I think you probably knew me on the half pint when I had half pint as my name.
Yep.
And I don't know, spam is just like such an integral part of all these comps these days with the prevalence of shields. And also, it's just something that's fun about blowing people up. I don't know, man. If you can land them, it's great, and if not, well, you know, you can build up another tire pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Sam, House, Nick, either of you guys got any more questions?
I'm good.
I got nothing.
I'm just taking it all in for my third map 5 this week.
Yeah.
That's a
Sam's
great
tired.
series. Great job. Sam is tired of grad school, man. Sam just wishes to be done with grad school.
Nick, do you have any questions?
I got no questions. You all did.
Okay,
really good.
well, anything you guys have to say to our chat? Any teams you're looking out for the rest of the season? Any people you're looking forward to facing?
I joined last week, and I don't actually. I'm gonna be honest. I don't keep track of people like that. My friends tell me there's a match, and I just kind of show up and.
You never know.
At least you're honest.
Nah, he's not even wrong, dude. He's not
Dude,
wrong.
I spend half my fucking week in the hospital. I
Oh.
come out here, de-stress, go back to work. Good time all around.
My hands were cramping so bad on like the last 2 maps, dude. It was nuts. I mean,
Fumi's like, I need a
congrats
muscle
to finding
relaxer.
Nino. Y'all did great. Like,
Yeah.
Toxic. I'm scared of your ash now. Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
No, seriously, that man was correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Yeah, that's it.
Got lots of respect for y'all.
That is our 5 minutes on this one.
Well, thank you guys for a very entertaining series, and can't wait to see you guys play again.
All right. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night, y'all. Good luck with grad
Have a
school.
good one.
Good night.
Good
Sir.
luck.
Alright. Who are the next two?
All right, so we're going to get Starry and Seal in for finding Nino, and I mean, for Peerless Kings, you know, got to sting a little bit, but I think you can also be proud of how they performed overall.
Hello.
Hello.
Get Seal in here.
Hello.
Okay,
Yo, I'm sorry in advance. My roommate's playing a game in the background.
It's all good.
we'll get over it. Well,
Okay.
first off, congratulations on the first reverse sweep of the season. How are you guys
Thank
feeling?
you. Pretty darn
My
good.
heart is fucking pounding and it has not stopped.
Man, I mean, first question, and either of you guys feel free to answer this. What was your guys' mentality after the first 2 maps, and then how did that change as the maps went on after that?
Honestly, our mentality was we were kind of getting down there, and we were like, no, fuck that, we're reverse sweeping. We're doing it. That's literally what we said. We were like, nah, fuck that. We gotta reverse sweep. We gotta come back from this.
Yeah, I try to be as positive as I can in the comms the entire time. Try to call what we're doing well, and just let's get it down. I always have that space mentality of, you know, it's after every map, it's 0-0.
It's a good mentality to have, and it definitely paid off tonight. So, House, Nick, Sam, any questions, you guys?
Starry, do you just throw diva bombs in your sleep? Cause girl, pick up your crown. Cause I love your diva bombs.
Tonight was a good night for my diva bombs, and that's also because I have teammates who are like BT making situations where I can go throw good diva bombs. So tonight was a pretty good night for my diva bombs.
They were beautiful.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Big Sam. I know you got some burning questions.
Were the bombs planned, or was you trying to do a shatter bomb, or did you just say YOLO swag and press the triangle?
I'd say about half and half. Half of them were planned, and half of them I saw an opening and said, I'm going to throw this now.
There were a couple where she kind of threw them, and then I just threw a shatter after.
Yeah.
What was it like with Nino coming in maps 3, 4, and 5? Was he more of the main shot caller? And how
Okay.
overall, how would you rate his Baptiste?
Okay. So his Baptiste, I would argue, is probably the best on our team. And we were kind of scared because we had 2 players not able to come in today because they had life issues. And Nino said he was going to be here and then didn't show up the first 2 matches because he just got his booster shot. So he was gone and out of there. The shot calls stayed between me and Star, really, being the main shot callers. I'm going to be honest with you. We did most of the shot calling. I think the main difference was just maybe synergy. We really don't know what the difference was throwing Nino in there. Nino
Well,
just kind
part
of
of it
came in and
also-
walked in, right?
Part of it also is Ace is usually our DPS player. He's not usually one of our healers. It really was not something we had ever run before. At least not much. So
That's true. We played around with
We
it
did what
on
we
our
could.
warm-up games. Honestly, props to Ace. Ace did really well.
yeah,
considering
for
he's
being
never
told
been
like
thrown in that
30
role
minutes
before.
before, like, hey, you're gonna
Not
be
even
healer.
like less than that. Like yeah.
So
very
like
much
Ace
props
did
to the
great.
Ace.
Okay.
So,
Nick, any questions?
I got nothing. Y'all did
Oh.
great. Y'all did good.
so overall, what are you gonna work on and for your next match, and what is something you're gonna try to improve upon or looking forward to in your next game?
That's a secret. Not spilling our
I'd
secrets
say-
here in an interview.
I think overall, our comms, we're still really working on comms and just making sure that they're clear. And we get
comms are-
excited. We get a little crazy sometimes, so we're working on just getting them cleared up.
Our comms get a little convoluted. Sometimes we say some really weird things, especially
Oh,
with
man.
Star's husband being in there. So, you know,
Yeah, my
it's,
yeah.
comms is a
he-
huge thing. Hey, you
I have to
play
hear it
into
twice.
each other, alright, Star? Okay.
Are there any teams you're looking to face later on in the season?
I personally am looking to face all of them because I'm new to the season. So,
Yeah,
I don't know
same.
about Star, I don't know about everyone else. I'm new, I want to play everybody.
Yeah, this is my
Oh.
first time ever being on a league, and I'm just really excited. Like, I've been watching the games, and everyone looks like they have some really fun stuff to bring to the table, so I'm excited to play all the teams.
Good.
Well, again, congratulations on the win. First reverse sweep of the season. That was an insanely entertaining series.
We're very
Sure
excited.
was.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait to see you guys play again.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats.
Hashtag we found Nino.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thank you guys. Y'all have a good night.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
you too,
too.
guys.
Thank
Y'all have a
you.
good one. Peace.
And now we come to, I think, the hardest part after a series like that. MVPs. So
Oh.
I'm thinking we'll do. I
I
can do
have-
tank.
I have an idea of
Can
who I need
Can,
or who I want.
can I throw some suggestions out?
Sure.
Starry, crabs, and organic.
So we have to do 2 from Finding Nino
2
and
from
1
Nino.
from
He did.
Peerless.
He did. He
Kings.
did.
Yeah.
He did Starry and
Oh,
Crabs for
no.
tank
Oh, sorry.
DPS,
Yeah.
and then organic / glue
no.
mark for support.
Okay.
Yeah, sub gloomy for support, I would say, or
I'd say gloomy too.
even Starry for tank, Zero for DPS, and organic for support.
I would say
So do we?
my one argument would be this. I would say Starry for tank, Zero
Okay.
for DPS, and Nino for support because they won every map after he came in.
So let's just do this. Starry's tank, hands down.
Hands down.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess we just need to figure out the other 2.
Yeah, one's got to be from Peerless Kings.
I agree with
I
the-
personally would say Shiro for Peerless Kings. Dude was popping. And then the reason I say Nino is simply because they won every single map after.
Because he came back in.
I agree with that. The Shiro Nino. Is
I'm
that-
fine with
We
it.
going with that? Okay, cool. So we have Starry, Shiro, and Nino for our MVPs. Awesome. Well, Nick, I'll let you take us out, man.
Alright, guys. Thank you all for watching this Bronze Tacos Round 2 mid-tier game. It was a very close one. They brought us to Game 5. It was I'm sweating over here. I'm sweating. It was pretty close. But that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait to do this again. I can't wait to have another stream coming up. But in the meantime, check out the Bronze Tacos Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, the Discord.
Twitter.
Discord, I saw it in the Twitch chat. I saw it scrolling by. So make sure you check all of those out. And yeah, I got nothing else. See you guys next time.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Yes, have a good night, y'all.